Oh, I'm live with David Bergman. I'm live with Robert Caplin.
Oh my goodness.
What's all these
happening?
guys. And look, there's Daniel being cool in the corner. So
It's chaos here.
it's Canon Day at Adorama with the Mirrorless. Oh no, can we see
What?
that? There we go.
Canon full frame mirrorless? What? A nice light in here, huh? Yeah.
I'd like to get my hands on it. Can I get my hands on it?
Well, it's all these guys. Look at this.
I haven't even gotten to test it yet. These guys keep stealing it.
What Canon are you using right now?
What?
Aren't you using a Canon now?
Mark IVs.
Mark IV. What do you want?
I use the 1DX Mark II and the Mark IVs.
When are you getting this?
So I got it literally about a half hour ago. Seriously. I mean, I played with it about a month ago, briefly. Very briefly, I got to touch it and get the specs and get the briefing from Canon. And then I haven't touched it until literally my copy came, I'm not kidding, a half hour ago.
When you guys call them copies. That's like my favorite.
Copy.
Yeah, like
my version.
Yeah, I know, I love it. Like, where's the
I literally, on my Instagram, I posted, I literally opened the box just to see what was in there, and then threw it down and came over here. So I did not bring my personal copy here. Because I don't want anybody touching my personal copy.
So
but we've got plenty here.
This is live to my channel, so if you don't know who this is David Bergman from 2 Minute Tips on Adorama TV. So if you want, go to a playlist and just burn through 800 tips in an hour.
There's about 130 up there now.
130.
So yeah, every week I do a new one of
So
those.
it's like 2 hours, roughly 2 hours, 2.5 hours of like pure tips.
I guess so. Yeah, basically what you do in one day, I've done over 2.5 years. Pretty much.
Got to stretch that career out.
Hey man, you milk it for anything you can. All good.
So to date, what's your favorite video on your playlist?
Oh boy, you know what? My favorite ones that I do are the little tips that, like, not the big stuff like apertures and shutter speeds, but it's like
The common sense?
well, no, it's the things maybe you didn't think of, like taking your body cap and your lens cap and putting them together so that you don't get dust in there, when you throw it in your bag. Like little things like that. Those, and like gaffer's tape. I did a whole one on different ways to use gaffer's tape. And those are my favorites, just the little things that maybe you go, oh, that's a great idea.
Well, I feel like that's the pro thing, right? It's like the little tidbits that things aren't made for, but you make them use for, and then like everyone uses it as like a habit.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people who do great videos about the big stuff, I mean, I do plenty of lighting and all that, but, apertures and shutter speeds and those kinds of things. There's so many videos about that. This is the little tips that maybe you didn't think of before.
Well, clearly your specialty is talking about yourself. So, I mean...
but more about you, Seth.
No. Let's talk about Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi. What do you want to know about Bon Jovi?
Well, actually, you just did a video doing a wall-size print of a Bon Jovi shot, right?
I did, yeah. So I am Bon Jovi's tour photographer among my other clients. And, I did in one of the videos, I did a 10-foot print. I know Dave Rule very well, yes. Hey, Dave Rule, if you're watching. I don't think I know him.
I'm sorry. We have to get a broom for all these names that people are dropping.
Whatever we're on
That's
now.
Fine.
So, I know, right? We got to pick those up. So, anyway, and so with the Canon, the Pro 4000,
John
the big
Bon Jovi?
the big printer, we made a 10-foot print. And the only one that I had, well, not the only one, but the one that I printed that was big enough was this Bon Jovi print that I made from 3 stitched together images.
Yeah, that's what I think was really cool about it, is showing the seamlessness of it. And when you go that big, it's hard to hide anything.
Yeah, you don't miss anything. So you can really get right up to it that close and
Do you have any
see
Gigapixel videos?
I haven't done any Gigapen videos yet, but maybe I'll do one of those.
Where can they find your Gigapen shots?
On my website, davidbergman.net is my website.
So if you go there, he has shots of like, what, Yankee Stadium?
Well, the first big one I did was Obama's inauguration, way back in 2009.
Oh, wow.
And that thing, if you saw it, you remember, you can zoom in and you can like see all the faces in the crowd. And so that's kind of started my whole gigapixel imagery career,
What's
basically.
a gigapixel really fast?
So stitching together hundreds of images to make one bigger image. So when you look at it just straight, it looks like a normal picture, but then it's kind of like Google Maps where you can zoom in, and depending on how high res I did it, you can see, like I said, at the Obama inauguration, you can see individual faces in the crowd. And then I've done them at Olympics and World Series and Super Bowls and those kinds of things.
That's awesome.
So yeah, if you were in the crowd at the World Series, you can find yourself and you could tag yourself. So yeah, those have been pretty fun to do.
All right, so that's David Bergman, 2 Minute Tips on Adorama TV. Anything else you want
I'm a
to...
Canon guy. I'm an explorer of light with
You're an
Canon.
EOL.
I'm
He's
an
an EOL.
So I'm here today till what? Till 3 o'clock or something.
you?
We're hanging out with the...
he punched the clock, so I'm
I
not
did.
sure.
I'm in 11 o'clock. I was a few minutes late because I just got my camera and I had to open it before I came down here. But so we got the new mirrorless, right? That's fun.
So everyone's going mirrorless, man. What's your
I mean,
take
look,
on
it was bound to happen. I mean, Canon and Nikon, they both had mirrorless offerings, sort of consumer level. So it's nice to see that they're committing to the pro market. And obviously, I'm not going to go down the specs. We're not going to. But to be able to use all my Canon lenses on a new body, and really, I'm most excited about the lenses because the new
lens
lenses
lineup is
are
pretty beast.
insane.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is the future of all the camera companies, right? So I'm so happy to see Canon doing it, and I can, who knows what the next models will be, but it's the future, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is like the next models can only get better and better and better, and it's just kind of nuts that we saw the first step.
Yeah. I mean, we're seeing it. We're living history.
Actually, if you think about it, to me, I keep telling my channel this is the biggest switch over from film to digital that we're going to see right now.
Yeah. I mean, this is the last one was film to digital, and now this is the next one. Evolution. Yeah, for sure.
100%.
And then in 50 years, we'll have something else.
Well, we're going from living in the optics to living in the sensor now.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
You're working from the sensor. You're focusing from the sensor. It's nuts. The hybrid video, Yeah.
It's and honestly, this is new for me. I've never been a mirrorless guy, right?
Me neither. Me neither.
I'm an optical guy, and so to be able to look at the actual image through the viewfinder it's new for me, and it's pretty awesome what it opens up.
Caplin, you want to try the strobe?
I'm trying to figure out how to focus.
Oh, by the way, this is Robert Caplin.
Hi.
He's another hammy photographer. If you don't know who Robert Caplin is, Photo Brigade on Facebook and Photo Brigade on Adorama TV. He pulls in some of the best guests and most credible guests I think I've ever seen in the photo community. So if you got like 45 minutes, half hour, or an hour, there's some amazing stuff on there. I think Angel Franco is my favorite so far.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, he's a good guy. He's New York Times photographer. He just retired after almost like 40 years or something.
Doesn't get more legit than that, I can't think.
Yeah, no, I mean, seriously.
Every format ever was shot by that guy, and
Yeah.
he proves it. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I love photographers that take pictures with not just one specific camera, use film, different formats, like you said.
Yeah. So, off the top of your head, top 3 guests you've had.
Oh, man. I'd say David Bergman. He was actually...
All right, forget Bergman's here. He doesn't need more ego.
Let's see here. Who should I mention?
You had great panels. Can I say that?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, the NASA panel was bananas.
We did have an astronaut on the panel, which was pretty cool because he went up into space and took some amazing time-lapse photography.
Built the IR systems out there with infrared.
Yeah. He in the International Space Station, he found reused pieces so that he could take slow shutter speed shots of the Earth as they moved over it, so that the camera moved with the Earth at the same speed, so his pictures would be sharp.
Just the math.
I mean,
the math.
And that, you think of that guy, he's brilliant because he's not just a photographer, but he's an amazing scientist and just a super, super smart dude. So
it's crazy.
I couldn't imagine all that you do. So Harry Benson was a really great guest that I had on. Neil Leifer.
Oh, yeah. I like Stephanie Sinclair's episode a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And we
Stephanie.
actually just had her here yesterday using the Canon, and I'm really excited about that.
I'm just getting my hands on it the first time. This is nice.
Yeah,
it's smaller than I thought, too, because I kept seeing pictures and it seemed pretty big, but this is nice and nice.
Well, you've
and
been going Leica, right? And that's been mirrorless, but this is like a pro upper.
I have the Leica is a rangefinder,
Right.
and then I also have a like a point and shoot, but I'm also a Canon shooter as well. So for most of my like commercial gigs,
It's Canon.
I shoot 2 Canon Mark IVs,
Nice.
5D Mark IVs to be specific. But yeah, I'm really curious. Everyone's talking this rangefinder revolution. So not rangefinder, but what's it called? Mirrorless.
Mirrorless.
Without mirrors. I don't know.
What would we call something that didn't have a mirror?
Mirrorless.
Whoa. Oh, wait. I switched the thing. I'm sorry. I'm new at phones.
Get me back on the screen.
So, in response to the chat, I'm just going to say that everybody's got an edge in some regard. You just have to decide what you're trying to do with your craft and move in what direction you think the tool is going to get you there. But all the way in the back, all the way in the dungeons over here is the one and only Daniel Norton.
What's going on?
So, Daniel, you came out of hiding to come out today and try the new Canon. Forget the rest. What do you think about mirrorless in general?
I shoot with Leica.
So you use mirrorless?
I've been mirrorless for years.
There you go.
No, I think that it's good. I mean, I was not a huge fan of it early on because of the EVFs and my eyes
me
go
too.
blah, 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 but they're pretty damn good now. And I mean, I have mirrorless Hasselblad.
Where's your coffee? Right there.
I got the Mirrorless Hasselblad. I got the Canon seem pretty damn nice. I like the technology. What I do like about Canon, I'll give them this. Well, Canon colors. But anyways, I'll give them this. Canon tries new technology. Like that touch spar thing is fucking cool. I like cool stuff. Why not? And that 28 to 70 f2.
Your channel's been a lot of sensibility lately. You've been just like coming out and just saying like, okay, kids, calm down. Let's talk about this. What was in your head to do the huge shift over from demos and live shooting to like just talking what's in your head?
I don't know. No, I what actually set me off was the Nikon C7.
Actually, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what had happened was I was getting a lot of. I did the one in the car, which you guys thought was funny, because I was just getting tons of attacks, if you will, about using good equipment, and I was like, what?
I'm sorry about the shakiness. I'm sorry.
You need in-body stabilization for that.
Oh, wait, I got Film Fernando over
Film
here.
Fernando.
Wait, show him you. Show him the beard.
So, Fernando's beard's on point. So, and then I saw all the craziness that was going on about people like, oh, Nikon's out of business, whatever, and I thought, this is really funny, I'm just going to go live, and people responded to it, so I decided to keep talking. Why not?
Yeah, I think people are really responding because it's like the voice of reason we needed rather than just people like screaming at a lens.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why people are so upset about a camera.
Yeah, I think
honestly,
that's, like the amount of drama that's happened, we should all be excited that everything's going forward.
Yeah, I agree, and I think this is great. And I was just saying that actually, I like where it's positioned. I think it's a little bit too expensive, which I keep saying, because I think it's in my mind, it's a replacement for a 6D. They're probably gonna say that's not the case.
Well,
that's cool. So I think it should be somewhere in that price range, and plus, you got the competitor. The competitors all have a camera that's in the $2,000 position. So I think they should lower the price. I don't think they can, probably, because when they first launch a camera with new technology, it costs them money to develop it. So that's why they price cameras the way they do.
I think it's important for everyone to realize this is a first throw for everybody and a first gen for everybody, and we don't know where the evolution's going to start rolling, and we don't know where the directions are going to go.
Yeah, and I'm curious if you're an M user, a Canon M user,
Oh,
which
me
is
too.
Where maybe this is a step up for them, right? So everybody's like, okay, hold on, are you reversing it?
You reversed it.
Okay, so I think maybe this is a step up from the M user. I don't know. I actually didn't look at I don't like to overly stare at specs until I play with the camera because that's more important to me.
I think the experience though beats out specs for me.
Yeah, the only camera I ever bought without ever looking at it or whatever was the Fuji X Pro,
Oh, interesting.
and I do not regret that.
Yeah, that's true. And
Yeah.
I did the same thing with the 100F.
Yep, I bought it sight unseen. I put a pre-order in for it.
Did you see the new Fuji video?
I did actually. It's very nice. Well
So,
done.
If you don't know what we're talking about, Adorama TV just released the Fuji X-T3 video done by Film Fernando.
Yeah, and the XT2 was the first mirrorless camera with 2 card slots.
Oh,
And I want to say, and you, Fernando's going to yell at me now because I'm going to say something. On the shoot, Fuji was like, make sure you mention it has 2 card slots. And I was like, who cares about that? So Fuji obviously
was
could
ahead
see
of
into
it.
the future.
no, Fuji puts in some really good ideas, I think. And they think like photographers, not like selling points.
I agree. Fuji is great, and they get the best skin tones.
Daniel, the
Bar
head
none.
teacher of photography, telling everybody to calm down. LOL.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you're this guy that like heard something and he's like, are those kids on my lawn? Let me get out there. All right. And then he starts giving them like a eulogy, not a eulogy, like I'm stuck in French funeral
Let
mode.
me give a eulogy.
A eulogy.
Eric Madero says XT3 looks beast.
It's insane. We were there on it. I couldn't believe what the performance out of this thing.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm sure people are going to come out and be like, it's not full frame. But the reality is Fuji hasn't done any full frames. That's their format. And
But that's also the beauty of not being full frame is the speed and all that.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really that technical, but I don't care. The reality is this. Who cares? What I always thought was interesting was when you were coming from stills like film like we did, that full frame thing made a big difference because we were like, oh, our lenses are going to have different field of view. If you started out with APS-C and you're happy, then why do you need to change?
Filmmakers have been Super 35.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Filmmakers
people
used to-
that were like just coming through in the last like 10 years are being sold the idea of bigger numbers, bigger things, always better. I need to be better. I can't be. I need a future proof. I need to go forward. Like they're all thinking that their cameras expire.
Yeah, well, and they do, and then and you should throw them away. Your lenses last forever. But also, I will say about this, there is, not to get too technical, but there is advantage to them full frame because you can have larger pixels. But see, what they do is they ruin that by making all the frame cameras have too many megapixels. Full frame camera, 12 megapixel, that would be my dream.
Well, you're shooting 16 right now, right?
Yeah, the cameras, I don't know.
A7S.
A7S is, yeah, exactly. And that's
frame,
why
12 megapixel.
full frame 12 megapixel, if I didn't dislike, because I hate to use the word hate, Sony's color palette, and I don't like to do any post. I would go for the A7 too. Yeah,
That's
for sure.
part of it, right? It's like, what is your workflow? Are you going to shove, like for me when I was shooting, I had no chance to do post. I had to go right to client, so that was
actually,
a factor for me.
Fernando has promised, I'm calling you out on this, he's going to set a profile up in my Sony to make it look more like the way that Canon has the punchy colors. And if he does that, I'm going to try to just start shooting some stills on my Sony, because I like it.
I think you should do a video on how to do that.
No, we're going to, yeah. So I said I didn't want to put him up to the task to try to make it look like Fuji, because I'm sorry, nobody can do that. Those
Leica
Fuji-
too, man. Leica's got an
Well,
amazing
like
color.
16-bit, that's why.
Yeah.
You can't get around that. So,
Yeah. All right.
yeah, 16-bit.
Anything new coming to your channel?
Friday, you were there when I shot a terrible video about. People have been asking me. I get tons and tons of questions about what's that thing. So I'm going to start a series of videos, 5 of these things, 5 of those things, so I can be like a video game channel.
The Thing Show.
The Thing Show. It'll be called The Thing Show. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. All
Anyways,
right.
I'm going to shoot Marissa now, so
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so maybe I'll go live.
All right.
All right,
Oh,
go back
cool.
to it.
All right.
So we didn't get to we because it's a sample and you just get to play with the camera. I don't get to take any photos home with me, so I'm a little sad, but it looks pretty good. Balance is nice. Autofocus seems decent.
Everybody's got such cool stuff to play with.
Yeah, and I'm left-eyed, so my nose always puts a big print on the back of the screen. So I love the screen flips around. It seems like a silly
Yeah,
thing.
I really like the flip.
Actually, I had an Epson RD1, the first digital rangefinder, which I also bought sight unseen for like $8,000, what the fucking crazy mine was. And that had that ability, and I used to talk about it all the time. People were like, that's stupid, but it's so great because my nose, big. I don't know. It's
No, I never thought I needed a flip screen until I had a flip screen, and now I'm like, got it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I was talking about in my last video. Like I can make fun of, and I do, because I'm a sarcastic bastard. But all these things, like, oh, you think you need this, but there's things that now, like, I feel like we were saying the other day, like high-speed sync. I used to be like, oh, you don't need high-speed sync. Now I use it all the time. I don't even think about it. Like, I just use it all the time. So there are things, flip screens, live
Remember when
view.
TTL came out? People were like,
I wasn't born yet.
yeah, right, sure.
TTL has always been.
I
around
got to
for
shoot
me.
this old school. Let's go to TTL. You want to say that story?
What were we shooting? What was
Louis
that
Mendez.
with? That was Mendez was here.
Louis
and,
Mendez is
Louis
like a
Mendez.
famous guy in New
Yeah,
York that
yeah,
walks
Louis-
around with
And he popped in with an angel.
right, yeah.
Yeah, and Angel came in and we would just finished doing a shoot and he was like, take a picture of me with him. And all the lights were just randomly kind of placed and I was like, I didn't have the meter on me, so I was like, I'm going to go old school, TTL. And then Seth made fun of me for it. So.
I mean, it's so, the logic is so dumb, but it's true in a way because really that's what you started with doing. Then you're like, fuck it, I'm going to go back to all man. And then, oh wait, I can't just grab a meter. I gotta
It's
go
true.
back.
No, TTL is actually amazing, and I think people just don't understand it, and
No,
that's the
that's the
reason why
thing.
they can't make it work.
Yeah, I think it's also frustrating for people because it's constantly making decisions for them. So if it changes and they can't understand the changes, it gets you frustrated.
Yeah, no, that's true. People hate on what they don't understand. So
You're going live again on the 13th.
that's right. I'll be on the 13th. You guys will be in Europe.
I'll be on
There'll
I'll
be
be
no
in Europe.
Seth, so expected there'll be weird camera angles.
There'll just be less mutterings of a guy yelling in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much what it is.
By the way, this smart lav.
Oh yeah, Rode.
If you
Good
guys
job.
wanna- this thing has been great. Rode talked to us at the Adorama Inspire, and they were like,
They set
"You don't
us
know what you're
straight.
doing."
Yeah, they basically
and
said
they basically
that.
show us how to fix it. And yeah,
So
it's been
quick
great.
tip on your microphones for your phone. If you're not getting your lav to work, put your phone onto voice memo and it'll grab it as a microphone, then go into whatever you're trying to
Yeah,
use
and
it
then
for.
reopen the app. Yeah.
We didn't know that, and it was like the weirdest.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of things like that. I was actually saying because you were asking about setting the screen, the
Touch bar?
the touch bar thing, not touch bar, but setting it so the screen doesn't show, the EVF doesn't show
Oh,
what you.
right.
And I'm like, I don't know what it's called. When I first get a camera, I put everything in the fast access screen, so I never have to look at all that stuff again.
So funny thing, I'm running this open shoot, so I tried to make a quick access menu, and then they reset the camera to factory settings when they took it from my hands.
yeah, I've had that happen too to me a lot.
So I was like, awesome, my morning
Yeah,
was
exactly.
useless. So
Yeah, those things are great. But you can actually, if you have, if you don't know this, a little quick tip, and you have multiple cameras, you can do it in one camera and then save it to an SD card and put it in your other cameras.
Baller.
You
Baller.
Just do it once, yeah. And actually, I used to do that when I rented cameras. I'd have like a presets, and I would just dump it in to the rental camera.
oh god damn, that's smart.
I know, yeah.
It's the little things, kids, the
It is
little
the
things.
little things.
All right, so you're gonna go shoot Marissa. You're gonna go live today?
Maybe.
Recording today?
Yeah, we're gonna record some videos, so hopefully it'll be fun. If it's something you guys want to see, DM me or whatever, or tell Seth and he'll tell me. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, just write in the comments, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right, go
I
kick
got
some ass with
I got some top end pros here. I'm gonna go.
real shooters.
I avoided TTL for years, but after seeing you guys using it, I've given it a go. It's bloody handy, isn't it? Yes, it's super handy.
It's definitely great, and
And
it's
the
good
technology
to know.
has come super far.
Yeah, it has for sure. It's much better than it was. Canon TTL is always bright.
Nikon TTL is dope. And you know who's TTL is winning for me right now? Profoto.
Yeah, Profoto's got good TTL. I find that Canon's is always bright, but it's just easier
It
to use than
edges.
flashes.
It gets to the edge.
It pushes you right to the edge, which I like, but some people get freaked out by. So I usually dial it down a bit. So if you're using Canon, dial it down a bit, you'll be fine.
All right, cool.
All right, cool.
All right, thanks so much, Dan.
All right. Hey!
Oh. You want to be on my channel?
Yes!
Do you want to be on my channel? Oh my God, for you guys who don't know this is Mary Irene. She's the reason I'm even on Adorama's social platforms. And, well, she doesn't have to duck. She's like this. Look at this.
Hey guys.
This is our work mom. This is
She's the bomb right here.
Good. How are you?
She's the best. Right
I don't allow this type of stuff on my channel. I'm sorry. I'm
She also
sorry.
pays the bills. We like
That's
her.
right, babe.
We like her a lot.
Hey, come over here.
Oh, here's a big instrument.
All right, this is if you don't recognize this was the villain in Die Hard. This is
That's right.
your global shutter on Instagram.
I'm Global Shutter on Instagram. Follow me, guys. Check out this guy. Check out this guy who is
Worst
holding
hype man in the
camera.
game. Worst hype man ever. No,
I'm worse.
no, but Global Shutter is probably some of the best street photography in New York. So check
Oh,
it out.
This guy is nice, right? Thank you.
Let me ask you a question, though. Do you actually use a global shutter? You got that,
Of course, on my Sony A9, I have an almost global shutter.
Almost. Okay, good.
Let's change the name to almost global shutter.
The almost global shutter, guys.
Almost global shutter was hard to remember, so he just went with global shutter.
Just keep it
DM this guy. He's got some of the best stories in fashion photography from like the 90s.
Yeah,
It is-
we're not gonna talk about the 90s. All right,
talk about the
we're not gonna talk about the 90s.
It's an all-pro day here at Nikon at Adorama.
at Adorama, yeah.
That's true. You can actually tell when these new cameras happen. This is actually a cool place to be for this because you get all
The
these people you
the
don't see that
community
often.
comes
Very
out.
excited about the new Nikon, Canon icon hanging out there.
Look. This is where the real community happens. It's not in the comments with all the hate. This is where the real community happens. The classes, the workshops, the live shoots, the open shoots. This guy coming out on his porch and yelling at your kids with a screen door. This is where it all really happens. So check out Adorama.com. Go to Adorama.com/events to see all the scheduling. I go live on Adorama's Instagram almost every Monday. We're going to be in Europe for the next month, so keep on Instagram, Adorama's Instagram for the stories. I'll try to go live on this channel. Keep watching Daniel's channel because he's going to hold it down while I'm gone. And if you know where he lives, throw water balloons at his house.
You could do that actually. It needs to get washed because end of the year. You know what happened, which is totally bizarre. So I'm out there the other day and I'm trying to fix my weed whacker because it's gone to shit. And so I'm fixing it. I can't get it started. So I open it up and my gas tank is missing like a little, like the fuel intake line has gone rotted. So I'm trying to start it. I work on it. I'm like, I got to order the parts. I go on Amazon and order it. I go out to do a shoot yesterday. I come back and my neighbor weed whacked my yard
Oh, wow.
because they saw that like I didn't get a chance to do it. There you go.
So my neighbors suck.
Yeah.
He lives in Pleasantville and stuff.
Yeah.
It is called Pleasantville.
Yeah. The thing about that is, there you go. If your neighbor needs help them out. That's the way we build a community.
Yeah, I think community is super important, and I think that's kind of like what I'm preaching on this channel right now because I'm sick of the negativity, he's sick of the negativity, and we need some sensibility. So, having said that, I'll see you guys whenever. I don't know when I'm going live. I have no regimen. I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. But I'm having fun with this channel. I will see you guys soon, and probably next time you guys see me might be from Europe. I don't know. All right? Hit up my online store, at Last X Witness on Instagram. Hit share, hit like, do whatever. Do the bell, and hit the bell if you want to be notified of when I go live. All right, from me, Robert Caplin,
I'll see you.
David Bergman,
See ya.
and Courtney in the back. Redhead Pride. I'll see you guys next time, right? Later.